Have you ever stopped yourself from trying something new because you were afraid of what others might think? Maybe you've dreamed of learning English, but when you speak, you feel nervous. You don't want to sound silly. You don't want to be judged. So you stay quiet. You wait. You hold yourself back. And deep down, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's because you're scared of being seen as a beginner. You're scared of social rejection. We all are. Nobody wants to look weak or make mistakes in front of others. We're human. That fear is real. But here's the truth. That fear is the wall standing between you and your dream. It's not your lack of talent. It's not your accent. It's not your age or your job or your busy schedule. It's that little voice that says, "What if I mess up? What if they laugh at me? What if I look like a fool?" So instead of moving forward, you stay where it's safe, where no one can judge you, where no one can see you fail. But let me ask you something. Do you really want to live a life that controlled by the fear of other people's opinions? Or do you want to live a life that belongs to you? Because every time you choose silence over speaking, you give away a little piece of your voice. And every time you choose comfort over courage, you stay stuck in a story that isn't yours. Learning a language is not just about grammar, it's about bravery. It's about rising above the fear of looking small, so you can grow into someone bigger. The truth is, chasing your dream often means starting from zero, looking like a beginner, feeling uncomfortable. But that's not failure. That's the first step. Yes, people might laugh. Yes, you might stumble. Yes, some may not understand you. But none of that matters if you don't give up. Because when you keep showing up, when you speak even when you're shaking, when you try even when you're unsure, you are building something powerful. Not just fluency in English, but confidence in yourself. This journey is not just about language. It's about becoming the kind of person who speaks anyway, no matter who's watching. And that person, that's who you were meant to be. The biggest reason people don't follow their dreams is not because they are lazy. It's not because they're not talented. It's because they're afraid of being judged. They're afraid to be seen starting at the bottom. They're afraid to make mistakes where others can see. They're afraid to look like a beginner in a world that praises perfection. And that fear, that's what kills dreams. You see, most people aren't running from failure. They're running from judgment. They're afraid of social rejection. The feeling of not being accepted, of not being good enough in the eyes of others. So they stop before they even begin. They never start the business. They never write the book. They never speak the language. They stay silent not because they want to, but because they're scared of being laughed at. But let me tell you something powerful. Judgment only has power if you let it. And social status, it's just a story people agree on. You don't have to follow it. When you chase your dream, when you learn English, when you speak up, when you go after what matters to you, you might lose some approval. You might look different, but that's exactly how you grow. Think about it like this. Social status is like a shiny medal people give you for doing what they expect. But real confidence comes from doing what you believe in, even when no one claps for you, even when you feel alone, even when you're scared. When you stop needing permission from others, you start giving power to yourself. That's the real shift. That's the new kind of status. one that's built on passion, not approval, one that's earned through action, not titles, one that's filled with meaning, not fear. The moment you stop chasing praise and start chasing progress, you begin to change. You become stronger, more free, more alive. And in that space, you'll find your voice again. That's why learning English is more than grammar rules. It's more than vocabulary lists. It's a personal revolution. It's the decision to grow, to speak, to show up, even when you feel small. Because with every sentence you say, with every mistake you make, you're building not just your skills, but your courage. And that's the kind of success no one can take from you. Let me tell you a story about a man named Leo. He was a consultant in a big city. Every night, he worked late in a tall office building, staring at his computer screen. His eyes were tired, his back was hurting. His mind was always racing with deadlines and client meetings. It was already 10 p.m. Everyone else had gone home, but Leo was still typing. When he finally left the office, the streets were quiet. It was cold outside. The city felt empty. As he walked past a small bakery, he stopped. Warm light came from the window. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. Inside, he saw a tray of golden croissants, and in that moment, something in his heart moved. In fact, Leo loved baking. On weekends, he made bread for his family. He enjoyed the process, mixing the dough, waiting for it to rise, smelling it bake. It made him feel peaceful. But during the week, he was stuck in a job he didn't love. He was successful on the outside, but empty on the inside. He told himself he couldn't quit. The money was good. The title was impressive. People respected him. He was afraid of what they would think if he walked away. Then, one day, he went for a health check. The doctor looked serious. "You're too stressed," doctor said. "You need to slow down, or your body will break down." That night, Leo couldn't sleep. He lay awake thinking, if I keep living like this, what will I lose? And the answer was clear: he would lose himself. So he made a brave choice. He quit his high-paying job and opened a small bakery. At first, people laughed. Some friends said he was wasting his talent. Some family members said he was making a mistake. But Leo kept going. He woke up at 4 in the morning every day. He kneaded the dough by hand. He watched the oven with care. He put his heart into every loaf of bread. Slowly, people started to notice. Children stopped by after school for his soft milk buns. Elderly couples came for coffee and warm croissants. His bakery became a part of the neighborhood. People came not just for the food, but for the feeling, the warmth, the kindness, the love. Leo no longer had the title of consultant. He didn't wear a suit. He didn't earn the same salary. But every time he saw a customer smile, he knew he had chosen the right path. He didn't lose his status. He just built a new kind. And this one was based on joy, meaning, and love. Now, I want to talk to you. The one who has a dream, but is afraid to start. The one who wants more, but feels stuck. Maybe you've been holding yourself back. You tell yourself it's not the right time. You say you're not ready. You wait and wait and wait. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not waiting for time. You're waiting for permission. Permission to begin. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to do what lights you up inside. But here's the truth. You don't need permission. You don't need the world to approve of you before you start chasing your dream. You just need the courage to take the first step. And yes, it might feel scary. Yes, people might talk. They might laugh, question, or even doubt you. But let them, because the people who laugh at your dream are often the ones too afraid to chase their own. You have a voice, you have a choice, and you have something special to give to the world. It might not look perfect at first. You might make mistakes. You might fall down. But so what? Every success story begins with someone who was willing to look like a beginner. And that includes you. If you want to speak better English, start speaking. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, even if your accent is strong, even if others don't understand you right away, speak anyway. If you want to change your life, start small. Don't wait for confidence. Confidence comes after action, not before. Remember, this growth lives on the other side of fear, and your future is bigger than other people's opinions. You are not here to impress. You are here to express. You are here to live fully, bravely, and honestly. Leo chose a new path because he listened to his heart. He lost his title, but he found his peace. He stopped chasing approval and started creating joy. You can do the same. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to become more of who you truly are. So stop waiting. Stop hiding. Stop giving your power away. Your dream matters. Your voice matters. Take the first step. Speak, try, fail, learn, and keep going. Because one day, you'll look back and smile, knowing you were brave enough to begin. So now, it all comes down to one simple question. Are you willing to be judged so you can grow? Because if you want to change your life, if you want to speak confidently, live freely, and follow your dream, you must be willing to take that risk. The risk of looking silly, the risk of not being perfect, the risk of being misunderstood, but more importantly, the risk of becoming exactly who you were meant to be. Think about it. What's the worst that can happen if someone judges you? Maybe they laugh. Maybe they roll their eyes. Maybe they say, "Why are you doing that?" And then what? You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still learning. And you're still moving forward. Judgment might sting for a moment, but regret stays forever. Don't let the fear of judgment steal your future. Don't trade your dream for someone else's opinion. Because the truth is, people will judge you no matter what you do. Whether you stay quiet or speak up, whether you follow the rules or follow your heart. So you might as well do what makes you feel alive. Say the sentence, join the class, apply for the job, start the channel, write the story, open the bakery, dare to be seen, even if your English isn't perfect yet, even if your voice shakes when you speak, even if others don't believe in you, believe in yourself. You are more than people's opinions. You are stronger than your fears, and you are ready right now to start. Don't wait until you're confident. Speak until you're confident. Don't wait until the world accepts you. Love yourself until you no longer need their approval. Remember, every time you take a step forward, you take your power back. And every time you choose courage over comfort, you build a life that's truly yours. So go ahead, be bold, be brave, be the one who dares to be judged and keeps going anyway. Because the only thing more painful than being judged is never giving yourself the chance to grow. You're not here to play small. You're here to rise, to speak, to lead, to shine. And you don't need to be perfect to begin. You just need to begin. So speak your dream out loud. Let the world hear you. And don't stop until your voice becomes your power. Your journey starts now. Take the risk, take the step, and keep walking, no matter who's watching.